In this episode of Suave Pav, Karina asks, what, in your opinion, is the best source to get traffic to our website? Hey guys, what's going on? This is Suave Pav here. This is episode 10. This is going to be a really good episode. I actually just got back from an event, an awesome marketing event over in Nashville, which completely blew my mind. And things are about to get real crazy, especially in my business. And I want to share a few things with you that could also help you in your business. Now, today's question is from Karina and Daniel, and they basically are getting started, and they're kind of just beginning to get the ball rolling in their business, and they want to know what the best traffic source is for their business to start driving, traffic to and getting eyes to their actual website. So that's what I want to cover today, and that's what I want to touch base on. And this is a really cool question because traffic, believe it or not, is easy. It's once you get the traffic there, how do you get the opt-in, and then how do you get the conversion to actually make the sale? So that's what I want to talk about today. Now, as a pro member, it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to do any kind of paid traffic, right? And for me, in my opinion, the best kind of traffic is both paid and free. But when you actually start getting bigger results in your business, that's when you want to kind of do both. You want to start doing a little bit of paid, you want to start doing a little bit of free traffic. Paid traffic is really going to let you scale up your business like crazy. So I do not suggest for you to start doing paid traffic if you are not at least a gold member yet, or gold or black, because you're going to be passing up a lot of sales if you're going to be using paid traffic, and that's going to you're going to lose a lot of money because you're going to be passing up a lot of those high-end, high-ticket sales, those big commissions that are going to be able to fund your paid traffic. So you'll be in the negative a lot. And if you want to do paid traffic, you're going to have, if you're not in the if you're not a gold member or a black member, you're going to have to find something to some training out there that'll show you how to get traffic for really low prices, like pennies. You could use like Facebook, you could use Google, you could use YouTube, you could use Bing. There's a lot of sources out there where you could start using paid traffic, but you really got to know the strategy on how to get those ads down. You're going to lose a lot of money, and you don't want to lose a lot of money. So for you as a pro member, I highly suggest that you just start with the free ways of marketing, and there's a lot of good training inside the office, inside your back office. The pro member, you have a lot of training back there that you could start using and implementing right now, especially for Facebook. And there's some YouTube training in there that you could take a look at, and it's really going to help you out. So stick with the free traffic as of right now. Don't do paid, because once you start getting all those high-end, high-ticket sales coming in, and if you don't have a product and they actually go in there and buy that product, it's just going to get passed up to me, and you don't want that. You want to keep those commissions. So you're going to be losing thousands and thousands in commissions if you decide to do paid traffic. As of right now, to where, the point that you're at, which is pro. So I don't recommend doing that. If you do want to start getting those high ticket commissions, just get all in, just get everything so you can start getting those and start mastering paid traffic and just get the ball rolling so your business is running on autopilot. So right now, stick with Facebook or whatever it is, Facebook, whatever you're comfortable with, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Google, your blog. If you don't have the blog yet, so that's in the bronze package. So that's another way of driving incredible free traffic, because you want to expand that real estate, and that you're going to do that with a blog. So if you don't have a blog, you don't have that, just stick with what you learn inside iPass and start driving that free traffic that way so you don't lose money. So that is my suggestion to you. That's how I first started, but then I kind of got tired of it, so I went all in and I just started doing both, free and paid. Also, to get those high-end ticket commissions, you also have to do a lot of upselling. And the system obviously does that for you, but it's always a really good idea to actually call the people, right, and get on the phone with them, or send them a text message, an email. That's why you have your get response to follow up with your customers and your leads and all that good stuff. That's also something I had a lot of trouble with when I was first getting started. So if you're a little confused right now at this point, don't be too stressed about it. Just focus on one thing at a time, master one thing at a time, right? And just start driving at least get some leads going, get some sales, so your belief level goes up, right? Because this actually does work. You get a lot of commissions for the products that you're selling. So also, This was a question I had. I believe it was from Susan, and she was wondering how to, what to say to people that are interested, that are just coming in, she either made a sale, and what she should say to them. Now, there's a difference between a customer, who has already been in the industry before, and someone who has not been in the industry before. They're completely new to it. They have no idea what's going on. So you talk to them completely differently, right? You wouldn't talk to a person that's never been in the industry like you would to a person that's been in it, because they get it. They're kind of familiar with how things work. Someone new, there's a lot more objections. There's a lot more things that you have to challenge when you're talking to them. And anytime that they say, they give you objections, like, I don't have the money to actually get all in, or I don't have the money to get this product, usually it's bullshit. You have to get to that core desire, right? Because unless you're in a third world country, you have the resources to actually change your, the outcomes and get the results that you want, right? So also, if you're trying to sell something to someone where you don't have it yourself, and you're trying to get them to make a decision to get it where you can't even make the decision to get it yourself, they'll feel that, right? Because it's just there's a different swagger to you when you actually have the product, right, and you know what you're talking about. So if you want to get those high-end ticket commissions, you want to start driving a lot of traffic, start making changes in your life, start getting more commissions, all that good stuff, get all the products and get educated, right? Because you have to learn how to sell, and you have to learn how to use the internet to actually drive results, right? One thing, a lot of the conversations go, like if someone, tells me that they don't have the money for something, because I didn't have the money. I had zero money to invest, into this business. Now I'm making 10K a month, right? I had nothing, right? So I had a lot of objections myself. So I found a way to do it. I straight up went to, my dad to get the money. If that didn't work, I probably would have went to the bank and just gotten like a bunch of credit cards and made sure it happened, because that's how bad I wanted it. And think about it. I don't know if any of you watching have ever been in a situation where you were drowning, or you were in the water and you were drowning and you had no air. What can you think? What is the only thing you think about when that is going on, when that is happening to you, when you're drowning? What's the one thing that you're thinking about? It's air, right? And you just do anything to get that air. That's all that's on your mind. That's your mission at that moment. And you get it, right? So do you want this business to work for you, is what I'm saying, for all the people that are, kind of like dipping their toes in the water trying to see if it'll work. How bad do you want it, right? A lot of the conversations also go like, they'll say like, I don't have the money right now. I'm kind of broke, right? And you say, wow, that's rough. How old are you? 25? So basically what you're saying is that you don't have the money and that you're broke. So you're 25 now. Do you want to be 35 and broke? Do you want to be 45 and broke? Do you want to be 55 and broke? Right? Because chances are what happened last year will happen again next year if you don't make some changes. Right? So you get to their core desires. You really want to figure out what they want when you're talking to a prospect. And that's really important, because once you get to that core desire of why they actually want it, because a lot of people will give you bullshit. They'll say something like, you'll ask them, why do you want to make $10,000 a month? And most of them don't even know, and they'll just make up answers, right? They'll say like, I don't know, I just want to make $10,000 a month so I could buy more stuff, right? You need to get to that core desire. So you would say something like, can I ask you a question? I'm going to be completely honest with you, but you have to promise me that you're going to be completely honest with me, or I'll never work with you again, or I'll never talk to you again. So I'm going to ask you again, why do you want to make $10,000 a month? For what purpose do you want to make $10,000 a month, right? And then they'll say something like, oh, to get more vacations with my family, or, to travel. And then you stop them because, again, that's an objection, right? It's bullshit. They're not telling you why they actually want to get that $10,000 a month. So you would say, can I stop you right there? Can I ask you another question? Actually, I'm going to promise you, if you are completely honest with me for the rest of the time that we are in business together, for the rest of our lives, I will tell you nothing but what will help you get to that goal in your business. So this is the last time I'm going to ask you. And if you don't answer truthfully, I'm going to hang up and I'm never going to talk to you again. For what purpose do you want to make $10,000 a month? And they'll say something like, to give a better life for my kids, or something like that. You want to get to that core desire. There will be an emotional shift, and they will react differently to you now, right? When you get to that core desire, and it's really important to go through the training and actually understand why people make decisions, and when things change, when they have that mindset shift, right, to make a decision, right? So that is and that usually happens within like 2 to 3 minutes, right? And sometimes you'll get a person that's beating around the bush asking you questions. You want to cut them off and you want to say, listen, you don't want people to keep asking you questions. You want to be the authority, right? And if they can't make a decision to actually, if they're all okay, so like another way you could do the conversation is something like, do you always want to be struggling to make a decision to buy every little thing in your life for the rest of your life? Or do you want to make a change right now and hit that $10,000 a month or whatever it is, right? Be the one asking the questions, right? So that's a good way for you to actually talk to people when you get them on the phone, especially prospects. You don't want that conversation. You don't want to be on the phone for like 20 minutes, right? Because some people will be like, hey, can you help me? I'm only at the $25 level, and I really need your help, so can you please just train me right now? And the way I would just answer that is, just be like, okay, listen, would you want to sit on the phone hours a day training people for only $25 a month, right? That's like $1 a day. Do you want to do that for 2 hours, talking to people, training them for $1 a day? Do you want to do that? Do you want me to show you how you can make more money without talking on the phone at a $25 level? Because the truth is, you could sell a $3,000 product just as easy as you can sell a $25 product if you know what you're doing, right? And that's not why we got in this business, to be telemarketers. So you really have to understand the psychology behind talking to people. You have to understand how to get to their core. Once you get to the core, you could literally get people to make a buying decision and feel good about it, right? And that's when you train them. That's when you start teaching them, right? But until they make that decision, don't let them take up any more of your time, because your time is precious. That's why you got into this industry, is so you have more time. So you don't have to, work your ass off for change, right? For like small amounts of money, right? You want to make a lot of money, you want to have more time, and you don't want to be on the phone all day. And that's what most of the traditional MLM companies teach you. They're like, let's do 3-way calls. You go out there, you go to Walmart, you go to a Target, you go talk to people, go prospecting, get them in a room all at once. Get like 4 people, 5 people in a room, and sell them on something that you get like $20 for in the end, because their commissions are so tiny. So you really have to understand how to do this the right way. So if you really want to learn how to prospect, how to get people on the phone, how to get them to make a buying decision, how to get them to be in a level of trust with you, you have to go through the products yourself, right? How are you going to get someone to buy something you don't have yourself when you yourself can't make the decision to actually go through it and buy it yourself, right? How are you going to sell it, right? Doesn't make sense. So that's pretty much what I wanted to cover with that. Also, I want to talk a little bit about events, because events are awesome, right? Whoever's watching this video right now, if you really want to be successful in whatever it is that you want to be successful in, right? Typically, you want to surround yourself with people that have actually created results and gotten success in the industry, or in a thing that you are very interested in, becoming very successful and a top dog or whatever. You're not going to do that by not being around them, right? Because once again, I say this a lot, some of these things can't be taught, they have to be caught. You have to be at an event, you have to be around the people experiencing this stuff and how it works. And these are the things that are going to propel you and your business, because if you're not growing, your business is not growing, right? Your business is only gonna grow as far as you grow. So if there's no personal development going on, if you are not growing as a person, if you are not learning, because the more you learn, the more you earn, right? And that's totally true, because if you're not learning, if you're not expanding, and um, if you're not growing as a person, then your business is just going to stay at that same tiny little level that you're at right now, right? But once you start going through personal development, you start learning, you start educating yourself, you're growing as a person, you know how to talk to people, you know how to help people, you're projecting your vision out there, and people see that vision, they're attracted to it. That's when they start joining you. That's when your business starts getting bigger. That's how you start making 10 to 20 to 30K a month. That's how you can get to 100K a month, really. It's all about scaling it up at that point, right? But right now, if you're not growing, right now, if you don't have the products, you're not going through it, you're not educating yourself, there's no way. I'm sorry, but I mean, you're just going to have the same questions over and over and over again, and you will never get answers to them, or it'll take you forever to get the answers, and no one will want to work with you, no one will want to join you, no one will want to be a part of your team, because what are they going to learn from you, right? If you're the one that's asking all the questions all the time. So you have to become an authority, you have to start learning. So that's the power of events. Getting to events, you see this happen, right? You get that social proof, you have a breakthrough, you're around these people that are super successful, that are making $120,000, $150,000 a month. You learn how, you see how they operate, you connect with them, you build relationships, your business gets better. So my question to you is, why are you here, right? Why are you here? What are you doing? You know, are you here? What is your core? You know, why do you want to do this, right? And if your why isn't large enough, if your why isn't big enough, you're not going to make it happen. Because if you did, you'd make the decision to actually go all in, learn this, get to an event, and then start recruiting and start becoming a successful person and start getting to the point where you know that you deserve to be at. Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck in a rut, right? So it's time to make some changes, right? Or else things are going to be the same. Where you're at now, probably, you know, it'll be the same next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that, until you make a decision to make a change, right? So is this your time? Are you ready to make that decision? Or are you just going to sit there and keep doing the same thing that you've been doing? So really, that's the mindset that you should be in. That's how every successful person operates. Most of the people that I talk to at these events don't even have the money, didn't have the money when they got started, right? Who just has, you know, the money to go all in and start a business like that, right? Think about a business, think about a restaurant, right? To own a restaurant, you're paying like $6,000 a month in rent, paying like $2,500 for electricity, like another $3,000 a month for gas. Then you got to pay your employees. Then you got to pay for all the produce and all the materials and all the equipment and all of that good stuff. That's like $20,000 a month you're paying to run a traditional business, right? Do you think people, when they start businesses like that, they just have the money lying around the house? No, they don't. They take out loans. They use credit cards. They make it happen, right? Or else, you know, that's how it works, right? This is a business, okay? I didn't have the money when I got started. I had to take out, you know, I had to get money from my dad. There's people that just take out credit cards, take out a loan. They make a change. They want to make it happen. So do you want to make it happen bad enough? Do you want it so bad that you are willing to do anything to make it happen? What is $30,000 a month worth to you, right? What if you could learn how to do that? What if you could learn how to make that kind of money, right? You'd find a way. If you really wanted it, if you really wanted the success, you would find a way to make it happen. Otherwise, you're just talking, right? It's just bullshit again. It's just objections, right? It's just little tiny challenges, right? I struggled, right? We all go through struggle and stresses, right? So I don't take any excuses from anyone. So this was Suave Pop for today, right? I hope you guys I hope you guys got some good info out of this, right? So I'm going to recap real quick. I'm going to reiterate everything I said, and I want you guys to start taking action, and hopefully this will give you better insight on how you should run your business and how you can start making a lot more money than you are making right now. So if you're not at a top level, if you don't have all the products, obviously just start using free ways of traffic. focus on one strategy, master that strategy. Don't try to do everything else. There's lots of ways online through social media to start driving traffic. That's where everyone is every single day. That's where people are, right? So just use different methods. You could go through the training inside iPass, inside Empower. And you could also Google, you have a lot of free resources out there to start driving traffic if you don't have the other products, right? It might take you a little while to put everything together. There's a lot of pieces on how to drive it, but once you figure it out, it's really easy. So don't get paid traffic until you are at least a gold member. If you are not, stick with the free traffic. Don't go in the negative. Don't waste your money, right? Because you don't want to pass up all those sales. So, and you don't want to obviously be in the negative, right? I don't know if I just said that, but obviously, okay, so right now, free traffic, stick to that, start driving some results, start gathering a following, start making a presence, start branding yourself right. And when you actually make the decision that you actually want to make more money, get the gold package or black package, and then start driving paid traffic. And you're on my team, so I'll obviously show you ways of doing that. So, and then also with what to say to people, you want to clear up all objections. You want to challenge their bullshit, right? Especially when you're on the phone. Don't sit there and baby them, right? Because you want to have time, and just make it happen, right? So, and also, if you're trying to get someone to buy something and you don't have it yourself, you can't make the decision yourself. There's no way you're going to get someone else to make the decision, right? So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. This was episode 10. We'll do more episodes tomorrow, so I'll be putting these up. I missed a couple days because I was actually at the event. Masterminding, meeting some new people, learning some more strategies. It was all good stuff. So the next event is in July. You better be there. If you're not, then I don't know. Why are you here? So see you again, guys. It's Suave Pav. Later.